Well, this is a new start. I've been out of the game for a while and out of the country music scene for more than a minute. So it felt good to take the Etch-a-Sketch and shake it out and just start fresh. I'm a new man and I have a new purpose. And so why not have a clean start? Well, it is a new chapter, but maybe not the beginning of a book. Continuation in the series. I think that there's a story that's already kind of come and gone, and I'm very thankful for it. I have personal regrets, of course, who doesn't? But what can you change? You can't go back and change the past, and I'm powerless to do certain things in this life anyways. But I'm thankful for what has the chapters, so to speak, that have come before. But this is a new Frankie. I had a daughter in 2020. I had a valley, so to speak, of personal discovery and a quiet time of not putting out any music. And so what is emerging now, almost 6 years later, I'm re-energized. And like I said, I have a new purpose, a new why. And I'm just excited to get back to putting music out and having that connection with my friends and my fans and being out on the road, playing this music for people in real life and being who I'm supposed to be. Oh my goodness, how long do you have? There's a lot of things I'd like to tell him. I think that guy has a lot of ambition and was too focused on the results of the process instead of the process itself. So I think I would tell him first and foremost, enjoy what you're doing and not what comes from what you're doing. My dream was to be a musician, and that's what I got to wake up this morning and be. So my dreams come true just sitting here talking to you. That's a great question. I have a daughter now, and so I want to be able to, when she asks me about the music that I make, I want to be able to say, honey, when you were born, my perspective really changed. Party songs and certain types of subject matter were kind of off the table because, I need to have a message that correlates with the man that I want to be and the dad that I want to be. And she's going to ask me someday, why were you gone so much, Dad? And I want to be able to say it's because I had a message. I had a message of faith and hope and joy and excitement and entertainment. And I just don't want to be in a position to have to tell her that I was looking for attention or singing about partying or, it just changes you when you have a child. And I want her to be proud of the work that I did. Yeah, there was several of those moments. It's hard to describe what it felt like to not be releasing music after I thought all my dreams were coming true and I was just going to continue to climb the ladder of success. I was disheartened, but the truth is I never stopped making music. I make music every day. I pick up my guitar to write a song or play a song or learn something new or sing. And I came to have a new relationship with music. It wasn't about the music business. It was just me trying to get back to what I love to do and who I've always been in my relationship personally with the music that I make. So I just tried to get more focused on that. Well, I'm much more peaceful. I was very ambitious and competitive and driven and focused on what the results of everything was. And I have a lot more peace this time around. And that's a different emotion, for sure. Peace is better than competition, I think. But my purpose has changed as well. This is not only what I love to do, but this is how I provide for my family. So there's a level of stewardship and seriousness that I'm taking this time around. Yeah, maybe not one in particular, just several parties and celebrations and mountaintop milestone moments that are very exciting and are full of people and maybe even so-called friends. But things are different when maybe you're you're not in that mountaintop anymore, but you're down in the valley.
Hmm.
So I don't lament any of that. I understand it, but I thought this was a fun reminder to people that you got to be careful sometimes who your friends are. You don't really know why they're there, but it helps you to see, who the real ones are. Yeah, I definitely wanted to get back to the country sound that I started with and remind my fans that, I'm the same guy who recorded Young and Crazy. And I think that kind of I can hear Money Runs Out and Young and Crazy holding hands
Oh, okay.
sonically, but I have grown up a bit for sure. I don't know that I'm old and wise, but it may be hard for me to ever admit that I'm getting old. But I'm a Travis Tritt fan and a
Okay.
Leonard Skinner fan and a Memphis, Tennessee fan. I love an excuse to play guitar. Oh, that's a cool question. It's much different. I used to think success was, having a song on the radio and having big tours call you to give you opportunities. But I think success now is just being able to put my 2 feet on the ground in the morning and make music.
Hmm.
If I'm able to do that, then I'm extremely blessed. Motivation is a strange thing. It comes and goes,
Hmm.
But I have discipline, and I get in the habit of waking up and just putting my guitar in my lap and playing and writing and the habits that I have of listening to new music. I think discipline fuels motivation. And sometimes when the motivation is not there, because we are human, the discipline is there to kick in. But I'm motivated primarily by, honoring God.
Okay.
I'm a believer, and I believe that God has given me the opportunity to make songs, sing songs. I want to honor Him in that. And that's my primary motivation, as well as providing for my family. Yeah, that's a good question.
Great.
There's several of them. I think that "Good as Gold" is one of my favorite songs from an album called El Rio, and that
Hmm.
one feels a little different now that I'm married. Uh, and you kind of are in love and chasing love, and then on the other side of being married and finding true love, those things always feel different. The other one is from the Sunshine and Whiskey album,
Hmm.
this song called "Don't Tell Mama I Was Drinking," because I've got a different relationship with the party, so to speak, after
Hmm.
becoming a dad. So that one feels a little different to me now too. I think it's always good to start with some tempo. This one's certainly not short on tempo, but I felt like it was good old-fashioned country music, and that's who I want to be. I put out a gospel kind of rhythm and blues album back last year in 2025.
Hmm.
And a lot of people asked me if, I had changed directions and this is a different sound and this is a different message. And, what about this? And what happened to the Frankie that we fell in love with? And I thought "Money Runs Out" was a good song to start with because it's a reminder that I'm still that guy. One of the secrets is that I wrote it with Dave Barnes, who
Okay.
is one of my favorite people in town. Recorded it with Tyler Bryant, and I used my touring band to record this song, which is kind of a secret.
Right.
A lot of people use the great Nashville studio musicians,
Yep.
and some of these guys are great studio musicians, but I got the chance to use the band that I tour live with, and we have a special relationship because we spend so much time together, and they really understand what I'm trying to say and who I'm trying to be musically. And
Hmm.
we got the chance to try this song out on the road a few times, more than a few times,
Hmm.
which is a little different take. Usually you come up with the production on the studio floor, but we got the chance to kind of work this one out live, and that makes it special. Well, we're going to keep them coming. There's a lot of songs. I've never stopped writing songs, and so there's a lot of them. And what we're going to do is put them out. So it's time to get back to doing what I was born to do, releasing music and then taking it out on the road and putting my toes over the front of the stage and delivering it live.